They're really loud, too. I wonder where they are. Ah, dungeon! I found another dungeon. Doo-dah. Doo-dah. I wonder what kind of dungeon it is. I can't tell if it's I think it must be a zombie dungeon, but I hear skeletons in there too. Of course it'd be a zombie dungeon though. I mean, why wouldn't it be? What kind of weird dungeon design is this? Is this like 2 of them or something? Maybe it's a zombie and skeleton dungeon combined? Alright, well the skeletons are fighting the zombies now. I wonder if this is like a double dungeon. This will be interesting. It is! Double dungeon! I've never had a double dungeon. Ever. 2 spawners? Oh, this is awesome! Now, the question is, how am I going to get in there to get them? And one of them's a skelly spawner. Maybe I can light it up enough through here or something? I don't know. Holy wow, that was a lot of experience. I don't really want to farm these guys, I just want to get the thing lit up. How can I get closer? Maybe now's my chance. Come on! Wow. Double dungeon for the win. It was actually fairly easy to conquer too, all things considered. I thought it'd take a bit more effort than that. Alright, so I got a skeleton spawner and a zombie spawner. I already had a zombie spawner, I think, right? Didn't I capture one of these already? So I probably don't even need that one, but now I got a skelly spawner. I probably should turn this into a mob trap, but I'm not going to, just because I don't really need arrows and bones for this series. Considering in like a week, a little more than a week, I'll be done with this world. There's not much point in investing that much. But hey, we got a music disc. We got the cat music disc, the best one in the game. Yay! Now I can make a jukebox and actually have music for it. That's nice. Got some bread, saddles, cocoa beans, all that fun stuff. Still no melon seeds though. That's kind of a shame. Right, well, if you guys download this world, you'll have yourself a skelly spawner to make a trap out of. And here's the coordinates if you're interested in the double dungeon. So there you go. Remember, this is the anniversary world. Capital A. I don't really need the mossy stone, but I'm getting it anyway. So as I've said before, if you're going to conquer a dungeon, you might as well grab the mossy cobblestone. That's kind of the marker of getting the dungeon. That and the loot from the chests. Well, at least this trip into the abandoned mine has been somewhat useful. With the double dungeon. I'm still wanting the melon seeds, but this is a nice compromise. Alright, let's get this iron while we're here. Yeah, I never had a double dungeon like that. That was really nice. And if this were on an actual world that I plan to stay on for quite some time, like my other Minecraft official release world, for example, that I'm going to be going back to, I would definitely turn this into a trap for the arrows and the bones. I wouldn't turn this into an experienced mob farm trap, kind of like the Mindfeed did in his current series, just because I'm going to have that in the building we're going to be making, that I've already started making. That's what the mob farm is going to be for that. Is mostly just an experience farm sort of thing. It's also going to be for the enemy loot, of course, but that's rather random by comparison, because it's just going to be one of the simple mob traps that you make by building a dark room, so enemies can spawn in and then they just fall down. I'm just going to build it up in the center of the building, and it's going to go up the 22 blocks, so that when the enemies are spawned in and they fall down in the middle there, they'll fall down the 22 blocks, go down to half a heart, and you can then punch them for the experience and of course whatever loot drops they have. But because it's just going to be a simple mob spawner thing, it's going to be, first of all, it's going to be inefficient, but it's just there to be there. Because like I said, once I get done with the competition, I'm done with the world, but it's just there to have. But because it's just a dark room and it's not dealing with a dungeon spawner or anything, it'll just spawn whenever the game feels like spawning the enemy mobs, I guess, in the dark room. And it'll be every kind of mob that spawns. Creepers, zombies, skellies, even spiders, although the spiders aren't going to be falling down the trap. Hopefully they don't clog the system, but I'm trying to come up with a contingency plan for that. I guess if they do, again, it doesn't really matter. As long as I can show the mobs falling down for the competition video, that's about it. Anyways, I think we're done here. Good thing all those mobs were loud, especially the zombies. I was able to find that. I was actually surprised I found it. I'm usually not very good at all at just blindly trying to dig through to find mobs. That was certainly a nice find, though. Double dungeon for the win. I'm actually surprised it was so easy to conquer, all things considered. It kind of helped that they were differing mobs, though, so they could actually attack each other. Because then they kept each other distracted. That was a bonus. That could have hurt more than it did. I'm not even sure why that hurt. That was only like 3 blocks. Maybe it must have been right to the floor or something. I don't know. I may have to go caving in a new area just to see if I can come across another abandoned mine and the melon seeds in a new area, because I'm kind of sort of running out of places to go here without going through the ravines anyway. Oh, I must have got another bucket from the dungeon as well. I should dump some of this off. I think my exit's right here. Yep. Nice rewards, all things considered, and we got rid of those pesky poison spider areas as well. So a fairly eventful mine shaft trip, all things considered. Much more eventful than the last time I tried going down there. Ended up just sitting around in a corner dealing with the stupid poison. Let's get rid of some of this junk. I can get rid of the bucket, saddles, cocoa beans, music disc for now. More diamonds. 11 diamonds, and I only really need 1 more for a jukebox, and that'll be about all the use I have for the diamonds, really. Iron swords are serving me well enough. I don't really need a diamond sword, all things considered. Got a ton of string. Bread, I'll just keep the bread for now. Mossy stone. Iron ore for the win. There's the rails. Fencing. Put the chest down over here. Not that I need it right now. The mossy stone away. Powder, don't really need. Bones, don't need right now. Alright, nice. Very productive. Very, very productive. I'll make another... 3, 4, 5. I'll make another iron sword and iron pick because we're running low. Okay, then. Now what? Put away the cobble for now. And we got a lot of stuff. I suppose we could go back down there and see what's what. Could go over there. Yeah, these ravines do kind of suck. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like ravines for the most part. When they're just on their own, or they even lead to regular cave systems, I really don't mind them. But when they intersect, like abandoned mines like this, or even like when they intersect strongholds, they're just in the way. They just cause more problems than anything else. They're honestly not all that useful. And then they go ahead and they ruin whatever they're intersecting. They ruin the abandoned mine or the stronghold. At least, you know, to me anyway. That's what they seem to do. On their own, I don't mind ravines because they're a nice challenge, really. But, like even right now, I wouldn't mind this ravine as far as its own challenge goes, but it really just screws up the other structures that it may be encountering. And that's when it gets annoying. Like I said, abandoned mines are nice, except when they're Swiss cheesed, and then they're annoying. Okay, let's do this. Oh no, I'm out of dirt. Whatever will I do? Hey, slime! Thank you for the slime ball. Mind Fiend in one of my later videos in this series, like 22 or 23 or something, was commenting on how lucky I am with the slimes. and he asked me if I could give him some, and I'm like, sure, I'd give them to you if I possibly could. I don't have really any use for them. I mean, generally, when I have a use for the slime balls now, you know, for sticky pistons or whatever, it's on a world where I don't have slimes. It's like when you need them, you don't get them, and when you have no use for them at all, you get all kinds of them. It's like with any resource in Minecraft. If you need it, you're not going to find it. When you don't need it, you're going to find it everywhere. It's kind of like coal. When you're starting off on a world and you find yourself needing coal, it's nowhere to be found, or very little. Like you'll find one piece or two where you'll have to resort to charcoal. But then when you've been in Minecraft for a few days and you start getting coal and you get more than you need, then it's everywhere. Literally everywhere. See, like right there. It's just everywhere you look. And I guess slime balls are sort of the same. When you don't need them, they're everywhere. When you do need them, you can't find them. You know, I've seen Minecrafters who plan ahead for slimes, you know, for sticky pistons or whatever. So they'll go find a spot where slimes spawn, and they'll make that their own little personal slime spawn farm area. And then when they come back, when they actually need the slime balls, then the slimes won't spawn anymore in that area for whatever reason. Something will happen and they just won't spawn in there. Or the Minecrafter will get too impatient and go do something else and won't stay there long enough for them to spawn. So it's just like with every other resource in Minecraft. When you don't need it, you get all kinds of it. When you do need it or want it, good luck finding it. But yeah, I've been really lucky on this world when it comes to a lot of the resources, really. I mean, I've got 11 diamonds back home now, plus 3 more that I've used for a pick for the obsidian for the nether portal already. But I don't really have a use for the diamonds. I just kind of got them to get them. The only other use I have for the diamonds at this point is to make a jukebox to play the music disc we just got in the double dungeon. And I guess I'll just leave the other diamonds in there for you guys, whoever happens to download the world and continue it. You're welcome to use the diamonds for whatever you want. And actually, at this point in playing Minecraft, I'm kind of used to putting up the world for download after a certain point in the series. So a lot of the times I don't use up the resources because I'm leaving them for you guys, whoever happens to download the worlds. But even without that, I mean, I just don't have a use for diamonds on this particular world because this is more or less a temporary world for me. If it were going to be more of a long-term kind of thing, I would make more use of them because I would eventually find more and all that, but right now it's kind of like, whatever. I assume I blocked this off at some point. Oh, this is where the poison spider things were before I took down the spawner. Now, I've heard that you can take down minecart tracks easy. All you got to do is place down water, not on the track, but near it. So let's see. Oh yeah, breaks them all up for you, quick and easy. That is very handy. Very, very handy indeed. As long as you don't have torches on the floor, I guess. Actually, on this world, and usually on any recent Minecraft world, really, for me, iron is indefinitely more useful than diamonds, even. These days, I don't really save iron once I have like a stack of it. I'll use it for tools and for armor, and I'm not worried about saving it. One reason is that I don't really use minecart tracks, if you guys have noticed. Um, the few times that I've used minecart tracks, like on the original world, it was purely for demonstration of how to do it and what you can do with them. And then on the Creeper Island world, I used it to make going across that bridge faster, but then I never really used it. I just made it to make it again. Um, and then on most other worlds, I don't even use it, so... Don't blow up. Yeah, just do me a favor and die. That's all I need you to do.